Hello. Have you ever walked into a store and found exactly what you needed? You get excited, and then when you return, because you want to get more, the doors are locked and there's no explanation. That's exactly what's happening when your potential clients or customers or prospects, that's how they feel when you don't follow up. And I know follow up's a bad word. We don't like it. I don't like the word follow up, be honest. But you take someone and they were interested, they had some hope, they think, oh, they like what they saw, and then there's silence. So I just want to encourage you, follow up isn't about being pushy. It's not about being awkward and feeling uncomfortable about it. When it's done right, it can actually be kind of fun. So, for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Tanya Smith, and I help entrepreneurs like you simplify your marketing, get visible, and build those real connections that lead to income without working 24/7. And yes, that includes creating a follow up strategy, one that you will actually want to use. So, in this video, I'm going to share why follow up is so critical for your business success, share some strategies that's going to make follow up maybe a little easier, lay it out where it's not so overwhelming. Before we dive in, I have a free downloadable 500 plus prompts for sales and marketing mastery. These are things from helping you create a funnel, create an email sequence, content, and it is going to be in the link below. Quick question. Do you have a follow-up system or are you winging it right now? Just let me know in the comments, no judgment. I'm just curious. But let's talk about why follow-up is absolutely crucial for your business success. So, research shows that most sales happen after multiple touches, aka follow-ups. And however, so many entrepreneurs give up on their first attempt or maybe their second. I want you to think about that. You're leaving potential money on the table if you're not following up. Your potential clients, they're busy, they're distracted, right? They've got kids, they've got jobs, they've got a million other things demanding their attention, and your solution might be perfect for them. And they may even want it so bad they can't stand it, but timing makes a difference. And so when you implement a follow-up system, whether it doesn't have to be complicated, but I will guarantee you when I implemented follow-up system, in 1 year, I saw 75% growth in my leads and my income. So not following up isn't an option, but it's not just about the money. It's actually a disservice. There's people that genuinely need what you have to offer. And the thing is, they don't stop needing it just because you stop following up or stop offering. In reality, they just got distracted. They weren't ready. It's not about bugging them. It's about when the timing is right. So I know I kind of harped on why it's so important, but now let's talk about how. How do we do this? How do we follow up effectively so that we're not worn out? It's not awkward. It's going to be fun, non-pushy ways. So I'm going to give you a few that you can use on social media. One is polls and questions in stories. You do polls on your timeline in a post or stories. Stories are great though. These aren't just engagement tools. They're like follow-up gold mines. When someone responds to a poll on your story, for example, like what's your biggest challenge? And they answer. For example, if they say, my biggest challenge is finding clients on your poll, let's say you get that as an option and you just respond to them. They have opened that door. So I want you to think about this. You're not chasing anyone. You just created a piece of content and they're responding to it. And so you do be a good human and you respond back. Say, oh my gosh, thanks for responding to my poll. I get it. Finding clients can be challenging, but I've got a quick resource that breaks down the 3 places I find my best clients. Do you want it? Would that be helpful? Right? You're not pushing it. You're not saying, hey, you need to get it now, right? You're just saying, hey, I get it. That's what happens. You talk to people as if they're human because they are, right? Another way is comments and DMs. When someone, let's say, leaves a thoughtful comment on your post and you just respond to them, say, oh my God, that really meant a lot to me, what you posted. Thanks for sharing that. And they're going to say something in response to that because they're going to appreciate that. And so you can get that conversation going. Just remember, focus on them. Another one I love on social media is to create where you're highlighting someone else. Maybe you've engaged with their content and you just really see something in them and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to shout out my friend, Susie. Whenever she posts, it just lifts me up. Check her out. They're not going to expect that, but oh my gosh, they're going to appreciate it. I have one of my clients, she is so good at this. I've been mentioned several times in her posts, and whenever she shouts someone out, I pay attention to that too, because I think it's super cool when you're shouting people out without that hope or expectation of a return. People resonate with that, so they pay attention. And let's get real, they want to be shouted out too, so they want to stay in your world, right? I like this one. Now I want you to pay attention. You post about your lead magnet, your offer. Let's say you have a training come out and you plan a piece of content a day later, a couple days later, depends on what it is, and you're answering a question about your offer. Like I said, it could be your lead magnet, a training, whatever. And you're answering a question, but it could also be an objection. Not only does this refresh the offer, it points people back to the offer, you're adding additional value and that gets more eyeballs on it and attention. So these are some great ideas. If you implement these, I think you will find some really good responses. And I would love it if you'd let me know. Try it one or two or all of them, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then come back to me and let me know how it goes. However, I just want to point out something. Social media strategies are great and they work really well. And when you're consistently showing up, they are very effective. But let's be honest, what happens when you're on vacation for a week and you forgot your laptop? I've done that. Or maybe you get sick and can't be online for days. I mean, you just can't. Or maybe you see the summer is approaching and you want to be with your kids, or you want to have fun on your vacation, or you just want to have a weekend or a week without thinking about work. You just want to check out. But here's the truth. If you're relying solely on social media, the follow-up means you're essentially chained to your phone or your computer, right? And when you're not there, your follow-up stops, and so does your sales momentum. However, I'm going to give you the good news. There is a way to keep building relationships and making sales even when you're not actively on social media. And that is where we have a simple email follow-up system. And I know you might be thinking, oh my gosh, don't tell me another person is going to tell me about emails. I'm going to say emails work for you 24/7. And you don't have to be active online. You can have them all scheduled and planned. You can have them triggered and set up sequences. I mean, there's a lot of options here. And the beautiful thing is, let's say you have an irresistible lead magnet. You create something ideal for your clients or your prospects they actually want. The thing is that pre-qualifies them. So once they come into your ecosystem, into your email system, they're already qualified, right? And if you need help with that, I've got a lead magnet video that I'll put the link in somewhere, either in this screen or below, that you can check out that will help you with that. And then the next is you can simply set up 5 emails, and here's what it would look like. So the first email, you deliver what you promise. Let's say you have that irresistible lead magnet, you send them that, and then maybe a couple days later, depending on what the lead magnet is and what the involvement is, you want to check in with them with maybe a helpful tip. And then a few days later, you share maybe a client success story. Remember, you're going to shout someone out. And if you don't have a success story of a client yet, share your own. How did this system that you are using or this lead magnet that you shared, how did that help you? And then a next email, we're on like the fourth email, address a common objection. You always want to be thinking about objections and answering those. So an email that would address a common objection. And then the last email, let's say I think we're on 5, would make a direct invitation. Now, the thing is, you set this up ahead of time. So this happens automatically while you sleep, while you're at the beach with your kids, or maybe while you're actually doing the things you love to do, and that's serving your clients. So the next thing is creating a simple tracking system. This could be a spreadsheet, a Trello board, keep track of their name, where you connected with them, where what they downloaded, key interest or pain points, the next follow-up date. Now, that might be a little more than you want to deal with. I will be honest, that's not my favorite of all of these. I tend to want to just let it go and let people like sort themselves. And I generally wait till they come down and they're super interested. And those are the people I want to work with. Those are the people I want to have conversations with. So I let my email system, I let my funnel system work through all that. So that by the time they come and they're super interested and they're showing up, I know those are the ones that I want to talk to. Which approach resonates more with you? Do you enjoy having active social media follow-up? Easy process. If you're not ready to set up an automated email sequences or anything like that, might be the way to get started without it feeling weird, without you trying to keep up with everything. That's to me the hardest part about following up is I'm not good and I don't really want to write people's names down and write them in a book, make that list, right? And so I really enjoy a combination of both, where I'm genuinely building relationships on social media, and then they come into my ecosystem. And once there, they tend to sift and sort themselves. So I'm really curious, which of these resonate with you more? Active social media follow-up, or maybe an automated email sequence, or maybe a combination of both? I'd love to share in the comments. Don't forget to grab your free 500 plus prompts for sales and marketing mastery. And I will see you in the next video.